I don't know how good I feel about this, but like, okay, before we get started, my cat is like running and yelling and screaming like he sometimes does. So just ignore it, yeah. Anyway, but alright. I would like to talk about something that is a bit of a serious matter that I'm not exactly 100% on posting this. But I feel that it's something to be not taken lightly, no matter who it happens to. I honestly feel that before I am female, before I am somebody's sex, ideal, that I am a human being first. I have a life, I have a soul, I am somebody's daughter, I'm somebody's sister, I'm somebody's niece. And I'm a cat mother. I don't have any kids. Anyway. But when I was 13, I had gone to like a summer camp. There goes the heater. There goes my volume. Okay. I went to a summer camp, met this boy, was having issues at like a different school, and ended up getting homeschooled. To put a idea on who this kid was, he had several mental illnesses, as well as maybe like attention deficit disorder with impulsive and hyperactive tendencies, as well as he was like a pathological liar, which I found out later. Anyways, but like his family lied and said, oh, he is just imaginative and he's hyper with ADD, but that wasn't the case. In actuality, he had antisocial personality disorder and also had a cognitive or thought process disorder at the time, I think, which later turned into maybe schizophrenia. But like, to make a long story short, I'll make another video on how exactly I found out he had these problems. Well, there were signs, and like my mom she did counseling and social work at the time, and was familiar with psychotropic drugs, that affect people. And for some reason, when I was over at his house one day, I looked at his list of medicines, and I memorized them, because when I was younger, I was pretty good at memorizing stuff. And then I asked my mom, I went home, and I said, what are those medicines usually prescribed for? And she's like, and then like, after I told her what he was on, I'm not going to say what he was on, but he was on several different antipsychotics, as well as an ADD medicine, and maybe, I think, something else to calm him down. But I asked my mom, and she's like, he's on what? But at a certain point in time, he stopped taking his medication. He was perfectly fine when he was on his medication. But after so long of dating, like, he decided that he really wanted to have sex with me. I did not want to have sex with him. I just more or less, I would have really preferred to have this kid as a friend. I was never attracted to him like he was me, but like, I thought, well, we don't go to the same school and we live pretty far from each other, so, why the hell not? I didn't take into account, like, he would try to get to me at all ends, and every time he did, it was catastrophic, needless to say. He got like obsessed with like the occult and the damned, and it really actually kind of makes me wonder now if there wasn't anything else to this. But like, at a certain time, like, he decided that we were gonna have like sexual things happen whether I wanted them to happen or not, no matter what I did. This is somebody that weighed 180 and was about 5'10 and played sports. I was a 5'4", 80 pound, well, maybe I weighed 100 pounds, but I was really skinny. I was a ballet dancer. I did swim, and I maybe weighed 100 pounds or so at that time. I was about 5'4". Come to think of it, now that I remember, I think I maybe weighed about 98 pounds, something like that. But I was much smaller than him to where he could easily overpower me. And first, I actually remember, like, I was wearing this tank top that had, like, one of those built-in bras like they had in the 90s, you know, so that you didn't really have to wear a bra. I was wearing one of those. And he, like, just pulls it open and says, let me see, let me see. And after I'm, like, pushing him off, going, no, no, no. Yeah, he does that. And then after, like, he does some other things, like, can't really talk about. He puts his father's shotgun to my face and says, I will shoot you if you tell anybody. And, like, he would get this crazy look on his face, so I believed him. The day the actual penetration assault happened, excuse me, I have to get a drink of water. We were at a car show, and my grandma, we were visiting my grandma, and she lived in a old people's high-rise that had a restaurant, McDonald's, built on the bottom of it. There was like a community restroom that he followed me in and pushed me to the ground, held me at knife point, and raped me. I remember having this feeling in my gut, this feeling to run into, to break. He had like this death iron grip on my arms. I had skinny little arms back then, unlike now. But anyways, I had this feeling like to run into McDonald's and to tell someone, hey, he's gonna do something to me. I don't know what it is, but, like, help me. And I thought, no, you know how you want to look cool when you're that age, and so I didn't do anything. My biggest advice to any woman, anybody that feels like they're with somebody and they're in that kind of, you're like on a date or you're just with somebody one-on-one and you get this feeling, do not ignore that feeling. Don't give a shit if you look crazy, because, like, you could actually save your life, even if you just change the course of your life. Listen to your gut. Just as much as I was barely 14 years old when this happened. I couldn't think of anybody to lie to me to have a kit done, but, like, I had gotten in the shower because I couldn't do anything else but get in the shower. And then, like, I went up to, like, my grandma's house. I just got in the shower. I said, I just need to use your bathroom a minute, and I got in the shower. And then, you know, I think she knew, because she goes, I didn't want to ask, but I thought something had happened. And, but by all means, this is my plea to not take anything like this ever lightly. I dealt with years of psychotherapy, medication, flashbacks, nightmares, and, like, my poor family, they bore the brunt of it, not just me. You don't just destroy somebody else's life when you just take something like that from them that is so precious. You destroy their family and everything around them. I don't care whether you swim pretty and you're from a rich family. I don't give a shit. You've just ruined somebody's life. No one has the right to take your life from you. And that's what rape does, is it takes lives away and ruins lives. Even me, thank God, I'm doing much better, but for some people it permanently destroys them. I've met people when I was in hospital from this event for psychiatric care. Other women that had been raped by other people, that had tried to kill their children because they thought that child was evil like the rapist. People whose personality literally have split into 2 and 3 separate beings is what I'm talking about. Or people that don't have any grasp on anything that's really real around them because all they know is chaos. Like, you could almost compare it, like, it's similar to, maybe, I don't know if it's similar to shell shock syndrome, but like many people get post-traumatic stress. I'm sorry about the phone. But like, my plea, especially to our president now, is to take this matter seriously. I would not, if I ever had a daughter or any female family member close to me, if I even had any inkling that something like that would happen to them, you'd better hope the police get to you before I did. I would not let that happen. And I want everyone to know you are so precious. Your life is so precious, and you mean so much more. And I would like to express that I feel everyone is a blessing. And I would like to end this with God bless. And thank you for listening.